Hi everybody, welcome back to All the Honeys. We're in the middle of an interest rate storm, and today I'll talk about my mortgage. A brief past, present and future, if you like. Let's do it. Past. Let's mention the good old days. My previous mortgage was with TSB. The rate was 1.19% and it was fixed until the end of August this year. So like all mortgage owners, I had three options. Wait and see if my current lender had a good offer and stay with them, take action immediately and lock a good rate with another lender, or do absolutely nothing and let my fixed mortgage turn into a toad. I mean to my lender's standard variable rate. Now, I'm not a fan of variable rates, so the last option was plainly not an option. And we all know how quickly interest rates have been increasing this year, so I decided to do something immediately and remortgage. Again. Now let me tell you about the mistake I made so that you can avoid it. I'm not an employee, so getting a mortgage can prove tricky. It's even more complex when you mix income from a limited company with income from contracts through an umbrella company, which was my case in the past year. So in the past, I used a mortgage broker who would specialize in products for people like me, meaning tricky people. And for whatever reason this year, instead of contacting that said brokerage straight away, I decided to go with Habito. Ever heard of Habito? They did no fee broker. I'd registered with them years earlier and I decided to give them a go this time. Big mistake. The broker who was dealing with me wanted more and more documents, even when I initially provided him with pretty much everything he would need. Long story short, it was pretty obvious that he never dealt with customers whose needs were beyond a few payslips and a contract of employment. Once he realized that, he simply dropped me. So I quickly contacted my competent broker, and from there it was smooth sailing. So where's the mistake? My current mortgage is a 5-year fixed at 1.98%. The one I applied for through Habito was with the same lender, fixed for the same amount of years, but at 1.68%. So had I contacted my efficient mortgage broker first, I would have saved 2.5k in interest. That's a costly lesson to learn. So here's my tip number one for you. When you remortgage, treat it like a marshmallow test. Avoid instant gratification of no broker fees who won't be able to help you, or skipping a broker altogether. Think long term. Find a mortgage broker who works with income sources and circumstances like yours. They always have access to better products and eventually will save you money and time. Present. And here we are. My new mortgage started in September and now I can focus on other things. I tend to stress about remortgaging, so the moment that first payment went through, instant relaxation. There's always the debate about owning versus renting. And I don't believe there is a wrong or right answer that applies to everybody. But to me, living in London in 2022 and having at least 4 years of no thinking about remortgaging or looking for another place and moving, it just feels like signing a lease with a decent landlord. It frees so much space for both my boyfriend and me that I can't help but feel very grateful. Now we can pay more attention to different things, develop old and pick up new skills, take some risks related to employment. The list goes on and on. Your situation is definitely different to mine. Maybe better, maybe worse. But whatever it is, here's my tip number 2. Appreciate what you've got. I live in a house that needs insulation, soundproofing, new windows. I live next door to super noisy people, and yet I never take those walls for granted. Future. 5 years is quite a while, and I wouldn't be me if I didn't have at least some plan related to my biggest debt. So here's what I'm doing in a nutshell. Overpaying. If you watched my Overpay and Invest series, you know that I'm a big fan of both. My approach last year was to pay more or less 10% of my monthly payment, which was £100. With this increased mortgage, however, my plan has changed. I've started using Sprive, which is a pretty awesome app that lets you quickly overpay your mortgage. Because I don't want to commit to set amounts this time, but I'm still keen to make some additional payments without the usual hassle. You know, just quickly be able to send the money that I didn't spend on takeout, for instance. Also, when I overpay my mortgage, I want to immediately see how much it saves me in interest. That's great for my motivation, and I don't want a spreadsheet for that. So Sprive came in handy. But you know what? It's much smarter than that, and it just takes a few minutes to set up. So you simply download the app, you connect it to your current account, then Sprive will analyze your spending and set aside an amount you can afford. And then you can make overpayments with just a few taps on your phone. If you decide it's not a good time to make those overpayments, you can easily pause them or withdraw them from your Sprive account. So here we go, savings, hey! So if you want to give Sprive a go, you're curious about it and you want to get £5 for signing up using my referral link, go ahead and you can find the link in the description of this video. Now, apart from overpaying my mortgage, since I'm with Halifax, I registered for their monthly mortgage draw, and I intend to make sure that I meet all their rules just in case I win. Because you never know. So my final tip for today is keep investing, but do make sure you also overpay your mortgage if you can. In the style of Looney Tunes, that's all, folks. To summarize, when dealing with mortgages, take the long-term view, appreciate what you've got, and also make sure that you do overpay that good debt whenever you can. I'm planning to do all three in the next 5 years. Unless I win that Halifax draw, then maybe my situation changes. Who knows? I hope that you were quick and that you were able to lock a good interest rate for your mortgage. If you like this video, consider subscribing. There's always something new to watch on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you soon.